Have you ever felt like everyone doubts you, including yourself? Today, we're going to talk about one power that can change everything: believing in yourself. Sometimes, the hardest thing in life isn't forgiving others. It's believing in yourself after so many failures. You might forgive someone who hurt you, but when you're the one making poor decisions, ignoring your intuition, or repeating the same mistakes, the disappointment lingers longer. We often judge ourselves more harshly than anyone else. We ask, why was I so stupid? Why did I fail again? And little by little, self-trust fades. But do you know what? Behind all those wounds, there's someone still standing. Even if you're shaking, you're still here. That's not weakness. That's strength. We grow up surrounded by social, family, and media standards that unknowingly form little voices in our heads. Those voices say, "You're not good enough. You failed again. Others are better." Eventually, we start to believe them. But those voices aren't truth. They're echoes of external expectations that don't reflect your real worth. You are more than your grades, more than your job, more than people's opinions. You are a journey, and that journey isn't always smooth, but it's on the rough paths that you grow. So slowly, learn to separate the outside noise from your own inner voice. Believing in yourself doesn't mean you're always confident or always know what to do. It's not about perfection. It's about the courage to keep moving even when you're scared. We often wait to feel confident before taking action, but often belief comes after action. Like learning to ride a bike. You fall first, then rise, then finally find balance. Life is the same. That first step will feel shaky, but the more you walk, the more you begin to trust that you can. Every wound you carry, every tear shed in the silence of night, every prayer whispered even when you felt empty, those aren't signs of weakness. They're proof that you're brave enough to feel. And feeling isn't a curse. It's a gift. You dared to love, you dared to be disappointed, you dared to hope. And because of all that, you also deserve to rise. Every time you choose to stand even with trembling knees, you prove that you have an extraordinary strength within. And that strength is born not from comfort, but from pain. Look in the mirror. Look closely. Look into the eyes that may be puffy from crying, but still hold hope. There's someone you've been ignoring. Someone who just wants to be heard, to be seen, to be accepted. You are worthy of love, not because you're perfect, but because you're real, because you've endured. You don't have to be your ideal self to be trustworthy. Trusting yourself starts by greeting who you are now, as you are, in the middle of becoming. Not yet there, but still moving forward. Sometimes, what you need most isn't validation from others. It's a soft voice from your own heart saying, "I believe in you." We're used to waiting for others to give us encouragement, motivation, or recognition, when in truth, our greatest strength comes when we choose to be our own biggest supporter. It's not easy, especially if you're used to doubting yourself. But today, try saying that phrase to yourself. Maybe in a whisper, maybe through tears, but say it, feel it, because there are no words more healing than fully accepting yourself. Mistakes are a part of life. Yet we often treat our own mistakes as if they're death sentences, as if one failure disqualifies us from trying again. But mistakes are where learning lives. Like a child learning to walk, falling repeatedly doesn't mean they're stupid, it means they're learning. You're the same. The mistakes you've made don't define your worth. They are signs that you're trying, not quitting. You're human. And being human means giving yourself space to be imperfect. Life isn't a race to be the best, the fastest, or the most correct. Life is a journey home to yourself. The outside world will always change, standards will shift, but what remains constant is your relationship with yourself. When you begin to truly know yourself, listen to your heart, and honor your own rhythm, that's when you're truly alive. You weren't made to please everyone. You were made to live a life that aligns with your own soul. And that journey is the most beautiful one of all. Remember your childhood? When you dreamed of being an astronaut, a singer, a hero. When you believed you could fly, build castles from sand, or save the world. Those innocent dreams weren't just fantasies. They were your purest inner voice. But over time, that voice was drowned out by reality, logic, and fear. Today, let that voice speak again. Meet your younger self. They're not gone. They've just been waiting for you to believe in them again. You don't need anyone's permission to become great. Not from your parents, your teachers, your partner, or society. You only need one thing: permission from yourself. Permission to dream, to fail, to try, and to rise. Your life is your stage. You are the writer, the performer. And no one can take that role from you unless you give it away. So today, reclaim that power. Say to yourself, I give myself permission to shine. There's something sacred about choosing yourself. In a world that constantly tries to define you by likes, by titles, by success stories, choosing to say, this is who I am, and that's enough, is revolutionary. It doesn't mean you don't grow. It means you grow with gentleness, not pressure. When you choose yourself, you send a message to your soul that it's safe to exist, to try, and to fail. You no longer become a prisoner to perfectionism. You become someone who breathes freely. The road to self-belief isn't straight. Some days you'll feel invincible. Other days, you'll want to hide under your blanket and give up. And that's okay. Healing isn't linear. Believing in yourself isn't a switch, it's a practice, a daily ritual. Some days you'll forget how far you've come, but every step you take, no matter how small, matters. You're building something that lasts. Not just a version of you that looks good, but one that feels real. Your inner critic may still visit you, that voice that says, you'll never be enough, you always mess things up. You can't silence it forever, but you can change how you respond. Instead of arguing, listen with compassion. Say, I hear you, but I choose to be kind to myself today. And that, right there, is strength. Choosing kindness over cruelty toward yourself. That's how healing begins. Comparison kills more dreams than failure ever will. When you scroll and see everyone succeeding, looking happy, achieving things, remind yourself, you're seeing their highlight reel, not their behind the scenes. You don't know their battles, just like they don't know yours. So why compare? You're running a different race. Your path is yours. Your growth is sacred, and there's no timeline to becoming who you're meant to be. And one day, it'll click. You'll look back at all the times you doubted yourself and smile. Because you made it. Not perfectly, but bravely. You'll see how every scar was a lesson, every fall a preparation, every lonely night a turning point. You'll thank yourself for not giving up, and you'll whisper to that past version of you, "Thank you for holding on." Because now you're finally starting to believe in you. Believing in yourself is not a destination, it's a relationship. A daily conversation between who you are and who you're becoming. Sometimes you'll feel close to your best self. Other times you'll feel like a stranger to your own heart. But both are part of the process. It's okay to evolve, to outgrow old patterns, to start over again and again. Self-trust means allowing yourself to change without guilt. Let go of the need to have it all figured out. Life is not a perfect plan, but a living, breathing unfolding. Trust the unknown. Trust the pauses. Trust the closed doors. Sometimes what doesn't work out is just redirection, not rejection. You are not behind. You are being reshaped into something deeper, something wiser. The journey is not wasted. It's working even when you can't see it. You are allowed to feel lost sometimes. Confusion doesn't mean failure. It means you're asking better questions. Let yourself wonder. Let yourself not know. Because in the not knowing, you're listening. And that listening will bring you home. You're not broken. You're in the middle of becoming. And this version of you, right now, is already worthy of your love. When doubt creeps in, remember the times you thought you'd never make it, and yet, you did. Your story is full of quiet victories. You've survived things you never thought you could. So now, when fear knocks, say, "I've met you before, and I kept going anyway." That's resilience. That's what believing in yourself looks like on the hard days. So here's the truth. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to be perfect, fearless, or unstoppable. You just need to be you, raw, real, reaching. Every day you show up, even if broken, you're proving one thing. That you still believe, deep down, that you are worth the fight. And you are.